Integrating different forms of technologies into my project was an essential part in making my overall product look professional-like. From my research, I learned that the majority of music videos, digipacks and websites use software, hardware and online technologies to look professional and appeal to their target audiences. I have also involved these to make sure that my products attract its target demographic. Without the use of technology, the making of my music video, digipack and website would have been impossible. The software that I incorporated into my project are Microsoft Word and Publisher, Adobe Premiere Pro CC, Adobe Photoshop CC 2018, Adobe Audition, Adobe After Effects, GarageBand and voice memos. I used Microsoft Word and Publisher so that I could easily write, edit and check spelling on large passages of text. I used Word to write all of my CCR scripts and some of the documentation, such as the contingency plan and shooting logs. I only briefly used Publisher during this project. This was to create my digipack analysis. I found this technology better than the other software as it was easier to add and move text boxes, add text to them, and attach arrows to help viewers locate the part I was analysing. Last year, during the creation of my CCRs for my AS Media, I used GarageBand, voice memos and iMovie. I use voice memos to record my script for all of the questions on my phone. Then I open the recordings on GarageBand where I compile them, trim them, if need be, and put the recordings in the right order. However, this year I changed the editing software from iMovie to Adobe Premiere Pro CC, which I had no previous experience with. The majority of music videos of any genre use technology like this to ensure that it attracts viewers. This is so that they identify and aspire to be like the people in them. This is according to Blumler and Katz's uses and gratifications theory. I decided to change because over the course of this project I've gained experience in using this software through creating my music video. During the making of my music video, I took advantage of some of the features on Premiere Pro, such as the speed/duration tool, which I use to speed up clips and reverse them, the lumetri color effects, which I use to increase the brightness and saturation on certain videos that had bad lighting, and the sound adjustments, which I use to add a high-pass filter. In addition to this, I also used Premiere Pro to add layers between different camera shots, making it a lot easier and smoother to edit. In my opinion, it creates a more professional final product, which is why I used it to edit my music video, create my music video analysis, and hence my CCRs. To furthermore create a more professional feel to my music video, I used Adobe Audition and Adobe After Effects. I used the hard limiter on Adobe Audition before I started editing the footage to stop the audio from peaking. On Adobe After Effects, I created a classical cinema feel to the Doors scene. As I had access to the Adobe Creative Cloud suite, I also was able to use Adobe Photoshop CC 2018 to create my digipack and website. I have experience with this software from my AS Media coursework, so I found it easy to pick it up again. On the minor tasks, I mainly use Photoshop to place one part of an image in front of another. This can be seen in the clothes on the website's merchandise page and the white square in front of the guitar on the digipack front cover. I also use Photoshop for its wide range of fonts, which I use for the text on the digipack back cover, but I mostly use the website dafont.com for my fonts. The online technologies that I used were dafont.com, Weebly, YouTube, Google, the different artists' websites, Google Slides and SoundCloud. I downloaded the font Monogram Framer from dafont.com as I knew that I was going to be using it a lot throughout the digipack, mainly on the front cover. Another online technology I used was the website Weebly. I have previous experience using this website, so I found it easy to pick up. I used it to show the progress of each part of my coursework from start to finish, to accumulate my research, to display my pre-production and production work, as a way for my media teachers to give feedback on my blog by using the contact form part of the website, and finally to create my artist website. In addition, I also used the product section of Weebly to create my merchandise page. By using this feature, I could add prices and descriptions, even zoom in on the picture of the product. This helped to make my website more realistic. I also used other online technologies such as YouTube and Google to conduct research. I used YouTube to watch Premiere Pro and After Effects tutorials so that I could improve my editing skills. I also used YouTube to upload my CCR questions, screencasts of artists' websites, and parts of my website onto my blog. Furthermore, I tried to use this technology to upload my music video, but unfortunately I was unable to because of copyright. I use Google to conduct nearly all of my research. Within this, I mainly use Google Search and Google Images. Google Search was used to look up media theories, research in the history of music videos, or find examples of different codes and conventions of digipack front covers, and many more. Through this technology, I found the individual artists' websites which helped me design my website. Google Images was used to find relevant documentation, storyboard layouts, and examples of costumes. The other part of Google that I used was Google Slides. I used this to present this CCR question, question 4, and present my pitch. A final online technology that I used in this project was the website SoundCloud. I utilised this to present my CCR question 3. I used the website to upload the link to the audio file from GarageBand to Weebly. Moving on to hardware, I used the following technologies: a computer, laptop, microphone, SD card, camera and its equipment, hard drive, studio equipment and a speaker. I used the school computers mainly for Adobe Creative Cloud, as I found it easier to edit pictures and music videos on a bigger display. But when I was at home and needed to upload on my blog or edit, I used my laptop, which also has Creative Cloud on it. I also used my laptop to compile my CCR questions as I recorded the voiceover at home, due to it being quieter, allowing me to get clearer audio. By using both of these, it allowed me to be time efficient as I was able to upload from home and at school. At home, I used my XIAOKOA PC condenser microphone to record all of the CCR questions. A strength of my own microphone was that I didn't need to book out a school one, which may have taken a long time. I used a 32GB SD card within the Sony Alpha 7S camera during my shoots. This allowed me to take lots of photos and footage on one card since I had plenty of storage. The camera I used also allowed me to take focus shots and follow the typical codes and conventions of a music video, digipack and website. As a backup camera, I also used the Canon XA25, which is just a video camera. The equipment I used with the camera on my shoots was a 50mm lens with a Metabone 50 to 75mm, a shoulder rig and a tripod. To get better pan shots, I also used an Osmo handheld gimbal, which I used with my phone. I hadn't previously used this before, but through trial and error, managed to use it well. In addition to the SD card, I also used a hard drive to store all of my footage and Adobe files as backup for the original files on the school computer. It also made it easier for me to move large files from my laptop to the computer, and vice versa. During my website photo shoot, I also used different hardware equipment like a widescreen and studio lights. I used the widescreen for the shots advertising Harry Reese's other music video for the song Illegal Knowledge, so that it was easier for me to make the background all one shade of white by getting rid of the creases in the curtain on Photoshop. I used 3-point lighting in the shoot using LED lights by Drawcast. Finally, when filming my music video, I also used the JBL wireless speaker to make it easier for my artists to lip sync the song and the dancers to coordinate their movements to the music.